outlandish looks and things like that, it's very difficult. And we got behind the chains a lot early, and they didn't execute on some of the run plays. And, so I think, at least offensively, I think that comes down to more of that.
With the way the last 6 weeks have gone, I guess what's your level of concern going into the playoffs?
Yeah, we got a lot. I mean, we got a lot to fix. Got a lot to do better. I mean, I don't know that it's about the worst stretch of football since Nick has been here, and it's very, very frustrating. But we're in the playoffs, and now it's one and done. You're out. You have the Buccaneers this next week, and we're going to focus and prepare and try to go and win the game.
Jason, what was the problems with handling the blitzes?
I think it was a little bit of all. I mean, sometimes we weren't pointing right, and that's my job. And I got to put us in a better situation. Sometimes we just didn't pick it up. You guys missed blocks or whatever. So I think it was one of those where we just had our number in particular. I think we got us into some protections where the blitz it's kind of breaks your rules. Then we would check the protection and get into a max protection, and then we would only rush forward, and you only got 3 guys running routes. So, I mean, I think that they did a phenomenal job. Credit to them. And we didn't do a good job handling it.
You guys clearly knew that Wink was going to blitz you again.
Yeah.
All right, so
I mean, he does that to everybody.
Yeah, so the game plan clearly was designed to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
Are there enough built-in answers in this offense for Jalen Hurts against the blitz?
Yeah, I mean, I think we had some stuff that we tried to get to when we thought it was coming. I just think that it was one of those where we had answers, but when we went to the answers, I probably shouldn't have got to them. And that's on all of us. I'm telling them to get to him because it looks like he's coming again, and it doesn't. I think they did a really, really good job today. And, the best way to take care of this stuff, to be quite frank with you, is to stay out of those situations. You stay out of 3rd and 7+. If you're in those situations, you're kind of rolling the dice a little bit with the variety of looks that you're going to get. So you can get into a max protection, but then you only have limited guys running routes. You can get into an empty protection, and you got to be ready to throw hot. And when you're 3rd and long, it's hard to do that and still pick up a first down. So, it was just, I think we got behind the sticks a lot, and they did a really, really good job of throwing us off. And our 6-mans or 7-mans, they checked out of it. It just wasn't a good day overall for us.
I acknowledge it's crazy to be asking this because you're going to the playoffs 3 years in a row. You guys were very close to winning the Super Bowl just 11 months ago. But is it fair to say that you've been here for the end of Andy Reid, you've been here for the end of Chase, Chip, you've been here for the end of Doug?
Yeah.
Fair to say that this game next week is a referendum on Nick Sirianni?
I don't know if like referendum. To be honest, I'm struggling to understand what do you mean by that? Like, is it like
whether the locker room whether you guys can go out there and perform the way you need to perform to show that you're with him?
Yeah, I think everybody in the locker room has faith in Nick Sirianni. I think it's it hasn't been pretty. Obviously, the last month to say it would be an understatement. But we've had a lot of really, really successful football with Nick. I think he does a lot of really, really good things organizationally. Every game that we play is ultimately a reflection of the team and the head coach, right? So, whether you win or lose, it's always going to come down. And when you're in the position of leadership, or when you're the head guy, you're going to bear the brunt of it. But I think that there's a lot of things that collectively we'd love to be better at. And for me, I don't have any lack of faith or trust in this area.
Is it basically the players? Is it basically the players that have to be accountable here and not the coaches?
Well, it's both. It's always both, especially when you're that bad. When you're that bad offensively, when you're that bad defensively, it's always players and coaches. It's never a one. So we have to get much better.
Came out here, we just weren't in the right spots. I mean, we just didn't get it done. I really can't explain much, but.
So what do you I guess in the first half, when you guys kind of see it wasn't going your way, was there like a conversation on the sideline that the reserves are going to come in, or how that?
Oh no, that ain't up to me. So all I did, we got the message later on. It was like, chill out. But other than that, I'm ready to go. Appreciate you.
Do you think this can be fixed in the playoffs?
I don't know. I mean, the only thing we can do is go back to practice, go back to meetings, try to fix as much as we can, and just get on the same page. That's all we can do. Go into the next week and prepare for the next team.
Do you have any idea why it's kind of gone this way the last month or so? Can you try to pinpoint what's going wrong?
Nah, I ain't even gonna do that. I don't know, but it's everything. So, I can't really pinpoint. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But bro, I can't just put it on one thing. It's everything. You know what I mean?
The utmost belief in the coaching staff, the utmost belief in Jalen. We performed bad in the month of December, but I got a feeling that things will change.
Do you understand why there are a lot of doubts right now about that? I mean, do you think you've created that doubt by the way you guys have played the last month?
I don't think there's any doubts in the locker room. There might be doubts outside the building, but, those guys aren't in the building, going to work every day with us, doing it out on the field. So I think we got a lot of confidence in the locker room, and I think the belief on the outside isn't going to waver what we believe on the inside. And like I said, I think we got everything we need to go on a really good run. We just got to put it together, and everybody's got to be willing to do it.
You mentioned the faith in the coaching staff. Why do you have that right now?
You know what? I don't even know what we finished. 11-7, 11-6. That's not a terrible record. Obviously, we started the season off better than we ended it, but we had a long season last year, and I just know everybody in this locker room is ready to go to work for the playoffs. And ever since 4 or 5 weeks ago when we clinched the playoffs, I think everybody's just been waiting for the playoffs. So not something that is a great thing, but I think everybody's going to be ready to go, and I think we're going to show the world what we're capable of.
What did Nick have to say to you guys afterwards?
He said kind of the same thing. It was a bummer. This isn't what we expected. This isn't how we wanted to come into this game. This isn't the outcome we wanted. But we got to flush it, and we got to get ready to go to work. And it's 0-0 next week, and it's win or go home. And I got the confidence in the guys here that I don't think we'll be going home.
Is it possible to flip a switch in the playoffs though, after finishing the way you guys did?
Absolutely. You see it through different teams getting in as a wild card, making it all the way. You see people that have played great all year coming in as the 1 seed, and after their bye, they lose their first game. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it's a new season. We just got to be ready to adjust to anything that comes our way and be able to handle everything. And we just got to go out there and play the best football we played.
Does it feel like some pressure's off now? I mean, you guys were. The bar was set high from last season, and it's been high all season. Now, it seems like the expectations for a lot of people aren't as great. Does that remove some pressure?
Like a lot of people say, I feel like we don't really feel the pressure of the outside world. Obviously, we hold ourselves to a higher standard than anybody else. So, this last month and a half has been tough for a lot of us. But like I said, it's a new season starting, and we got the leaders, we got the vets in this room, we got the young guys that can come and make a difference for this run. So, we just gotta come ready to work and go and show our best football next week.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dallas.
How do you prepare for the playoffs now?
There's no moral victories in this. We didn't play well. Obviously, we came out, we wanted to win the game. Didn't start the game fast enough. And, their defense played well. Got some turnovers, and, hats off to them. They played a good game. But I don't think you can take anything from this game, at least right now, without watching the film, to say, hey, we, just didn't really feel like we played well enough today.
In 5 out of 6 now, you guys have lost. What gives you the confidence that you guys can go into this next game against the Buccaneers?
I'm always optimistic about this team. Optimistic about the guys we have. It's 0-0. I've been in the playoffs. Anything can happen. I was a wild card team some years ago with Tennessee. We made it off to the AFC Championship game. Was, a couple plays away from going to the Super Bowl. So I have full confidence that we can make a run for sure.
Yeah, but there seems like times where there's just some confusion on defense. What do you attribute that to, and why do you think that's popping up right now?
More often than not, just either miscommunications or just not executing what we need to be doing as far as, right, if it's rushing coverage and things like that. But we definitely have to get that button up because, like I said, man, it's do or die now.
What's the process been like switching from the side of Patricia? The progress you've made, the challenges that come with it.
Yeah, I mean, as far as our process in the DB room and process that I have weekly really hasn't changed much. The preparation is always going to be the same. But if it's first, second down on Wednesday, third down on Thursday, But at the end of the day, we're just not playing well. And so that's really what it comes down to.
When you look at your transition into this defense halfway through the year, has it been tough to assimilate or to take on a role that you might have had it in Tennessee?
I think anytime you get traded, mid-season is going to be tough, but as professional football players, you're supposed to make the hard look easy, so it's not an excuse or anything like that. Obviously, I want to make those splash plays. I want to get more turnovers and things like that, but it just hasn't happened yet. But what better time to start making those plays and executing on those things, in the playoffs. So.
Maybe Reed went down and then Sid went down and then Reed went down.
Yeah.
What was it like assimilating Tristan in there, and just kind of what did it feel like, to see both guys?
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing well in practice. He gets his reps out there in practice as well. So just another guy, trying to come in and take advantage of his opportunities. And I think he did that. I think he made some pretty good tackles out there. So we'll see, how those guys are throughout the week, if we're going to have Reed or Sidney available and things like that. So, but no matter what, man, I'm always going to be out there trying to help them out. We'll get lined up and communicate as best we can.
Sorry if you were asked this already, but what was Nick's message to you guys in the locker room after this game?
0-0. It's time to get on the run. Nobody liked what happened today. Nobody obviously was trying to win, and we didn't. And nobody likes getting blown out like that. But yeah, 0-0. It's sudden death, do or die. Put everything that we can into this week. Exactly what I'm going to do.
In your experience, what's the key to turning things around when the team is on a little bit of a losing streak?
Just stay optimistic, stick together, don't start pointing fingers. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's not a good feeling right now, but the reality is everything is still in front of us. So we have to continue to treat it like that. Just try to prepare harder, do more, watch more film, recover harder, do whatever we need to do to try to go get a win on whatever day they play us.